Dubai. Welcome back to the Lovin Daily, where I take you through all the trending stories that everyone in Dubai is talking about. It's International Women's Day. Are you glued to the Meghan Harry interview? Woo! I wish I was. But we are going to be talking about UAE women drivers are statistically better than male drivers. Controversial. We're also talking about a dreamy flower garden in the UAE.
Yes, and apart from that, we'll be talking about an influencer who used a bidet in Dubai and left Twitter to debate. And the Dubai police rescued 11 children trapped in cars since the beginning of the year. So, all of that coming up in just a little while.
But before we get to it, are your eyes glued to the screen? I know on the way into work this morning, I was listening to the radio, I was following tweet updates, I was looking at news headlines because I do not have a link to watch the Harry Meghan interview. But it's happening right now. It's, of course, with Oprah. I think it's like 2.5 hours long, and it's pretty explosive, which I didn't expect. I didn't know what to expect. You don't know what's going to come out in these things.
Yeah. This actually, I was reading up about it on the way here, and it's the last interview that was so explosive from the royal family was when Diana gave her interview. And she spoke about the affairs and she spoke about the royal family and the inside scoop and stuff. And she gave her side of the story. That was the last most explosive thing to come out of the royal family. So this is the next. And Meghan also said it felt very liberating to give this interview. So
that's so true. I hadn't thought about the fact that that was the last time there's kind of been a tell-all kind of video interview with members of the royal family.
Yeah.
And what we're learning is that, like what you said, this is the first time that they've given tell-all that, and that they felt liberated by it, because before they're saying that they would not have had the opportunity to.
Yeah.
And it's only now that they've stepped away from the royal family. And that Meghan has told Oprah that she, there's some kind of explosive claims coming out about it, how she felt during that time. Is this something that people in Dubai are watching, do you think?
I'm sure, like this, I feel like this is a very global kind of something that really attracts people from all around the world. This, the royal family and the stuff that happens within the royal family, it's appealing to all. And I am so interested, like I really want to watch it, but I haven't, like I don't know where to access the clips. The only clip that I watched is what you showed me this morning.
Yeah, we have a photo of it beside us. Actually, here's a bit of a scoop. They have just announced that they're having a little baby girl.
That's so cute.
It's really cute.
That's so cute.
So congratulations to you
William
guys.
and William and Kate's baby girl is so cute.
She is very cute. She's like
Princess Charlotte, right?
Princess Charlotte.
Oh, she's adorable.
She just dresses so perfection, these royal babies.
Yeah.
Could you imagine like actually having the time to make your children? But no, they're super
Little
cute.
frocks and dresses, but yeah, I don't know, from what I saw in the clip that you showed me, her expression, like just I don't know, the reactions seemed so off. I was like,
It's just the news of the new baby is a little bit bittersweet, I think,
Yeah.
because it sounds like, and what this is kind of one of the most explosive things that came out of the interview, is that during her royal pregnancy, there were conversations over baby Archie and what color he would be.
yeah,
And that's kind of what shook Oprah. She
Yeah.
was like, what? And I think that's something that no one expected to hear, because you could expect, you could expect what's going on behind closed doors, but for kind of a mother and a father to have to hear that about their
child,
about their child
yeah.
to be.
And
And also
also
I
when
think,
things are so progressive right now. Sorry, continue.
well, yeah, and also just that they have been struggling for a long time. They wanted to remain part of the royal family, but it just didn't work out, and they are not in touch with Charles. However, I thought this was quite cute. He said he still Zooms his grandma, who is of course the Queen.
That's interesting, because if you guys watch The Crown, you would know the Queen is very away from these things, a little distant from family affairs, like from what we saw in Charles and Diana's times. And right now, King Philip, Prince Philip, he's in the hospital right now, undergoing treatment for his heart. So it's all like people are very mixed about this. It's like, how can you come out with this interview at a time when the family is so stressed about the prince and about all of this going on? So I don't know, the timing wasn't correct for some, the timing was perfect for some. It's like, it's very controversial, this interview.
Yeah, the thing is, there's never going to be a right time, and I think there's supporters on both sides.
Yeah.
And I think following what we've heard today, a lot of people are kind of looking closely at the royal family, but this is always going to be the case. There's a magnifying glass on this family. Family dramas, whether or not they're brought to the fore, whether they're at the front of media spotlight, they're always happening. But in this case, it's quite sad that we're all seeing it. And it's also what Meghan and Harry went through, you do feel for them. They haven't had an easy ride. So
Yeah, that's definitely
I just
so
hope
true.
that going forward, they can live a happy life with their family and that they can kind of mend
Yeah.
relationships if that's what they want to do. I don't know what's the best. Like, I don't know what they want from this. That's the only thing, right?
Yeah, but time heals all wounds. So maybe, you know, in the future they will just end up joining. Not joining, but it will be okay, good enough for them to, because Prince Harry and William are just, they were so inseparable, so it hurts to see their relationship so damaged. But maybe in the future it'll be good again, because you know, maybe the kids can work it out.
That's what you hope, 100%.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen the whole thing, obviously, so I don't know Harry and Will, how they're getting on. But look, like, I know him, Harry and Will. But of
Oh,
course, it is International Women's Day. Meghan is dominating headlines. Another woman that's dominating headlines really, really quickly, Mackenzie Scott, who's the ex-wife of Amazon CEO, is he still Amazon CEO? I think he just stepped aside. Jeff Bezos.
I'm gonna Google
She's
it.
making headlines because she has remarried. And now she also made headlines last year as the largest philanthropist, one of the largest philanthropists in the US, because once she received 5% of Amazon shares from her ex during the divorce settlement, she joined the Giving Pledge, which is the Bill Gates, Warren Buffett pledge to donate the majority of their wealth. So her kids won't end up with the majority of the wealth, but she's actually one of the largest philanthropists in the world, and she makes headlines every now and then. But in general, she lives a quiet life, and now she's remarried, a Canadian teacher at her parents' school, and they will both continue the mission to donate the majority of her money, which is going to take a lot of time because she's got a lot of money.
And she's the third richest woman in the world, like if I'm not wrong.
Billions and billions and billions. I think last year she gave away 5 point something billion.
Third wealthiest woman in the world, yes.
Wow.
Can I get $1 million from that one?
I think
share it with us, please.
Share with us. I think most of last year, a lot of it went to COVID-19 donation drives to kind of, and she was actually one of the largest people to donate to that. So it's really amazing.
Wow, amazing. Women are killing it.
Like us every single morning.
Yeah.
Kind of. But we do have on our Instagram all of the UAE women who are smashing it and who've been the positivity that spread light this year, the innovators, the motivators. Plenty of names. We have Dr. Saliha Afridi, who promoted positive mental health. Her Excellency Sarah Al-Amri, who led the Hope Mission Probe as the lead scientist. We have Pretty Malik, who's waking us up every morning. So loads of cool names there that you guys voted, which was really cool.
And I think today is a day when we just revamp on feminism and understand the meaning of it, because I think a lot of people have it wrong, and it's not men bashing, it's not men hating, it's equality. And though things are getting better, a lot of countries are still behind. So it's good to keep the movement on. Things are still yet to progress.
I really like that, and just in terms of understanding what it means. It's not a negative word, and like you said, like there's incredible leaps, especially here in the UAE, being made in the last 5 years and in the last number of years. But we can continue that, and it's all about learning, and it's all about understanding.
And the UAE is a great example, but take it away.
On that note, I will lead you into our first story, which is that statistically, UAE women drivers are better than men. We posted this yesterday, got a lot of reaction. A UAE road safety report proves, you might question this after what we've just said, that UAE women are statistically better drivers than men. The road safety platform created the report to mark International Women's Day. They basically asked who are the better drivers, females or males, and the accompanying survey proves some interesting insights. And basically it shows that statistically, women are involved in a lot less accidents than men. Women understand and use their indicators more than men. Yeah, the indicators one kind of gets you. Ali's just like, do you agree, Ali? Or
what is that laugh? Honestly, what is that laugh?
I don't want to talk about it.
Morning.
Good morning. Rich has just walked into the studio. We're talking about our top stories that women are better drivers than men, statistically in the UAE.
Oh my god. The disrespect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about this room? As you're driving, Ali, do you drive?
Yeah.
Yeah, so do I. Someone else driving?
Amazing.
Do you
Manual
drive?
license.
Do you drive?
Yes.
Better than me, Casey.
I take taxis.
Okay, boy.
Yeah, it's safer.
So we're even here.
Giving back to the economy.
Should we talk about how many times any of us have been in accidents? Should we have that conversation? One.
That's when I got my license.
When I crashed, I was in one accident back in the day.
No.
When you drive
When
it?
I had a license in Ireland.
Oh, okay.
No, I've never actually been in accidents. I've had bumps to the car and crashes. But
Many or fewer?
No, never.
Never.
Simran?
Just
I've
one.
bumped into walls and curbs and stuff, but never in the road.
Oh, same. Well, that was my accident.
Just a small bump.
A small bump.
I feel like that smile is like, oh yeah.
For me?
Yeah.
It was. I hate saying this when we're talking about this, but I have terrible spatial awareness. So I was trying to back up and I just went straight for it. I didn't even know.
It's okay. Guys have bad spatial awareness as well.
No.
What do you mean no? Well, you can't generalize for men.
Yeah, you can't.
Like all men, like no men have bad spatial awareness.
Well, that's why this report is tricky, because of course we shouldn't generalize, but what the survey showed is things such as we have been involved in less accidents. We women in general use their indicators more often than men. Women better understand the importance of seatbelts,
Yes.
which is
basically,
interesting. So, safe.
So basically, women are better at following the rules.
I mean, you're supposed to follow the rules when it comes to road safety, so
Yes.
it's not at all a bad thing. Major
Yeah.
flex to be following rules on the road. Hello.
However, the reason that we do get into accidents more often, women as a whole, according to the survey, is when we're running late, which I thought was interesting.
Oh, okay. But you know what? I think the whole concept around women can't drive, women are bad drivers, really make women want to drive even better, you know, because it's just like such a thing that women can't drive. Anytime, like I have this one friend, she drives really well, but anytime she gets her car out and there are guys with us, they'll just be like, oh, but she's driving
That's what's
perfectly.
frustrating.
Yes,
But
exactly.
even this report, I know we're talking about it, I know it was done for International Women's Day, even talking about it makes those gender stereotypes. Like
Yeah.
even this conversation that we've just had pinpoints exactly what we don't want, which is an imbalance between, and something so basic as driving, when realistically there could be some things within our genders that maybe one gender does have better spatial awareness, however maybe the other gender has better understanding of something on the road, or has in this case apparently we have better women use seatbelts better.
We have women who can multitask better, like look at the GPS and follow, because some people are really bad with following
Cannot
GPS.
multitask, so you got that one.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen some guys, they're just not able to follow the GPS. Some. Let me just exaggerate on some, not all. So, yeah. Yeah, this is some.
I can't. Last one I want
You
to
don't
call
drive,
out.
though.
I know, but that's probably one of the reasons I don't drive in Dubai. Female UAE drivers use their phone a lot less than male UAE drivers, and phones on the roads is the most. I'm a passenger, but I'm a very nervous, aware, alert passenger, and I see what's going on in the cars beside me because it's so scary here. But you just see people on their phones all the time.
Yeah.
I would love to get a big red sticker and just be like,
Yeah. That was quite an interesting story, though. But what do you think? Women or men better drivers?
I would rather not comment because I don't.
I think both.
I think it totally depends on the person.
Yeah, I was just gonna say it really depends on the person. You can't tell in these situations, like generalize so much.
Exactly.
It's like who's a better cook, men or females? Like it's if you can cook, you can cook. Yeah. But yeah, moving on to our next story. An influencer used a bidet in Dubai and left Twitter to debate. An influencer visiting Dubai caused a massive stir on Twitter with a pretty relatable query. Now, what is that sinky thing next to toilets in bathrooms in Dubai? Now, the UK-based influencer took to her Instagram stories to share her confusion, and her followers, took screenshots of the story and started sharing it on social media, and it started doing rounds on Twitter, with some calling her out for being uncultured and others actually pondering the exact same thing. Like, I was one to ponder the very exact same thing, because my whole life I still don't know what a bidet is for. Like, I don't even know how you would use it. So people are like, what is a bidet? How does it work? What is it for? And the tweet featuring her Instagram story snowballed into a full-blown debate with more than 13k retweets, 10k comments, and 126k plus likes. Although her confusion is quite justified. The internet loves trolling, and the influencer with morphia sclerendroma. Oh my god, how do you say that word? Sclerendroma? Okay, she has a skin condition, and yeah, she strongly advocates for body positivity. So that influencer was shot down with harsh comments calling her out for being ignorant, uncultured, dumb, and unaware, etc. And like you can see beside us, the comments are a mix. Can they see the tweet scrolling? No. So if you check it out on Twitter,
We also put it on Instagram yesterday.
Instagram with the tweets.
No, but you can see that the comments show a very mixed response to the story.
Our comments, yeah.
But it is so interesting because you said you didn't know what it was. I actually had one of these in my house growing up.
Yeah.
But I grew up in Ireland, and here, what is the much more common like?
Shut up.
Shut up.
Oh,
So and this is what's so sad, because this woman is getting called all these really horrible words for sharing something. You know, she was confused. She was confused, and she shared it in like a jokey way. She really didn't know what it was. Who cares if she didn't know what it was?
Honestly.
And it's like the internet is so full of hate. And I definitely didn't know what a shataf was before I came here. And that's because I didn't grow up with one. So you know what you're accustomed to. And for people to just label people these really horrible words, it's just so upsetting. And I know it's like a silly story, but at the same time, it's like, internet,
no, it's
sit
not
down.
silly. If you look at it and look at the deeper meaning, it's really not silly from what I understood, because in the comments people are like, I hate influencers, I hate British influencers. Like, people have just jumped on that bandwagon to hate influencers so much. It's like the smallest things they put out now just riles them up. And this is something that riled up a lot of people, even though they might not know what it's used for. They have their own guesses and understandings. They're just like, oh, she doesn't know, she dumb. Yeah, so that's
it's really
exactly
easy
what's
to jump on
happening.
the bandwagon when you're sitting at home on your computer and to spread hate. But
yeah,
it's so funny because the same people who spread hate would probably jump on a bandwagon of like, oh, share positivity. It's International Women's Day. You know, it's like, it's easy to do when you're at home and you've.
that is so true. That is so true. So many people, like, they'll advocate for positivity and being good on the internet and nicer to others, and then some of them are literally the same ones that go and troll others and go like, what is this? You're dumb. Get out of the internet. Like, come on.
You're cancelled.
You're cancelled. Yeah. Oh, I hate that trend. You're cancelled.
Yeah, because imagine sitting at home. The internet, and you know, it brings up kind of more transparency because people don't get away with the same type of behavior that they did before. So, but there's that fine balance of what's okay in terms of calling people out for their wrongdoings, and then trolling.
Yes.
And I think as a person, if you're going to be, you know, throwing stones at glass, if you're going to be kind of throwing those stones, you know, just make sure that you know, you feel comfortable with that.
We actually get trolled all the time, and sometimes people make it personal. It's not work related. It's not something you're talking about. People get personal, and that goes for so many celebrities and influencers and people out there in the internet.
Well, yeah,
like they want to attack.
It's really interesting because
your insecurities. Sorry.
Yeah, but there's space for there should be a space for healthy debate.
Yeah.
But then it just goes beyond that in some cases. Like,
yeah,
it's celebrities and things.
It's just not criticism anymore. It goes to like personal insecurity trolling. Like, let's go check out their profile, see what's wrong with them, and attack that. Oof. I feel like that happens a lot on the internet. But yeah, many call this a voodoo sink where one can wash their feet, hands, arms, and head. And FYI, the Google definition for a bidet shows a traditional separate bidet is like a wash basin which is filled with clean water and may then be used for other purposes such as washing feet. And that's what the influencer did. She was washing her feet and she's like, oh, I want one of these, because she wasn't really able to figure out what it's for. And it's completely okay according to the Google definition. Like, you can use a bidet to wash your feet. Yeah. Just saying, she wasn't wrong. She got that hate for like...
It is more commonly used for when you're finished at the loo.
I mean, yeah. I mean, that's gross, honestly, knowing what it's used for and then washing your feet there, like, yuck.
There's our 2 cents on the bidet story. If you would like to read the comments, we also posted on our Instagram, and Simran wrote the story yesterday, so check on our Facebook and Instagram. Moving on to something a little bit more flowery. We shared a video yesterday of a dreamy flower garden in the UAE. This is gorgeous. It's in Ras Al Khaimah. We have the location pinpointed in the article which you wrote yesterday. It was actually discovered and shared by thehunter.com, which is a really cool kind of discovery platform in the UAE, and we saw it. and it's just magical. It looks like it's a meadow with these gorgeous flowers that you can go and pick, and you could also, they'll create bouquets for you. And if you, this, I love bouquets of flowers at home, and they're really expensive here. And in this scenario, you can go up to Ras Al Khaimah and then you can just like either choose them and they'll create these gorgeous bouquets for you. It's a lot more reasonably valued than some of the flower shops here.
Wow.
So if you want to save some money and have a gorgeous day out, you can just go up there, have a little coffee and sit among the flowers. I would recommend it. It's called the UAE Flower Farm. It's in Ras Al Khaimah. If you're watching on Facebook, you can see the video beside us. Or if you're on Instagram, it's on our feed, so you can check it out from yesterday. But really gorgeous activity, because I've just never heard of it. And it's the most, I just saw it and I was like, what? They obviously did all the videos at sunset, and it just
I'm
looked
watching
really
it now. It looks so beautiful.
nice.
In the UK, many years ago, I went to a lavender farm and it was stunning.
Oh, wow.
The scent and everything about it. So it looks so similar to that. It's not lavenders, but it's just, I mean, farms with flower farms are just gorgeous. It's like there are no words to describe a flower farm.
Mm-hmm. And some of the comments said, please don't ruin this place by picking too much. It is a flower farm, so they are regrowing. They have a lot of space. There's over 30,000 flowers there, so recommend.
I would never want to pick flowers from there. Like, I hate bouquets. I'm someone who really doesn't like flowers.
Really?
Yeah, I don't. Because they eventually die and I feel like it's such a waste. Yeah, so, I mean, I would prefer fake flowers that stay for a while, look good for decoration.
I fully understand what you're saying. However, I just love a gorgeous bouquet.
No, nothing wrong with that. But a lot of people have told me when I said I prefer fake flowers, like, wow, the plastic woman, you don't want real flowers, but you want fake ones that have plastic. But you know, the thing is, like, they stay. So can you
That is
keep
interesting.
reusing it for decoration?
I wonder which has a worse effect on the environment. I have no idea.
I think
We can find
Valentine's
that
Day
out.
is a major blow on flowers. Maybe flowers are grown just for Valentine's. I don't know, but yeah.
Yeah, but the flower dies eventually, so they pick it when it's ready to go.
Yeah, I don't know, but it dies and then it decomposes and then it comes out like the seeds and stuff. Like, it's nice if flowers, when they decompose in soil, like, you know, in the same habitat. It's good for regrowth. If you know about
It's really hard to know. It's a whole industry.
I
Yeah.
still think it's better than plastic. You know.
Better than plastic, but it doesn't. I mean, it's a piece of decoration, so it stays. It can be reused. Fake flowers. It's not like you're gonna throw it away.
Yeah, but when the flower dies, you can
Okay.
throw it away.
Anyway.
I think you both have great points. I don't know.
Diplomatic hazy. But yeah, this is actually like, you just don't know with this one. But anyway, let us know in the comments which one you prefer. But yeah, Dubai police have rescued 11 children trapped in cars since January 2021, which is the beginning of this year. And the tragic incidents of children being forgotten in family vehicles is not all that uncommon, and police have rescued 11 from unattended vehicles, and top officials are urging parents to be on high alert and be cautious at all times. Although children are safe at homes, you have to supervise them at all times. And if you remember, just last week, a Dubai toddler tragically died after being left in her family car. And after a shopping trip, the father went to put back the groceries in the house and took a nap. And 2 hours later, the parents noticed that their 4-year-old daughter was missing until they located her in the car. And that stirred up a lot of mean comments towards the family. But as you can see and hear, the police have reported this is not uncommon at all. And however, since the beginning of this year, Dubai police have rescued 11 children and 15 from locked rooms. A top official said that they rescued 212 children who got locked in elevators, cars, rooms, and bathrooms since January 2020 until February 2021. And the Dubai police have rescued 53 kids from locked cars as of 2020. And it is vital for parents to not leave their children unattended, as it often causes them to suffocate. And 9 kids were also rescued from elevators and 124 from locked rooms and bathrooms last year. Now, that is a total of 186 children that needed to be rescued from locked places.
A shocking statistic following from the tragic story that we reported last week that Simran just mentioned. I think what we're really learning from this, and I imagine, first of all, well done to Dubai authorities for being on the ball with all of these rescues, but it's an awareness piece.
Yeah.
It's awareness to parents, especially as it's getting hotter, to just be as vigilant as you can to make sure that your kids are safe at all times.
Yeah, exactly. Like it is not an easy job parenting. It's really not. And you have so many things on your mind. You have things, you know, your own personal things going on, your job, your home, your other kids, your husband, your wife, like so many things. So it is always, it's never easy being on the ball at all times. But yeah, that's these awareness articles, that's the police creating awareness around the situation. And yeah, like Casey said, with summer rolling in, it's like you have to be careful, like, you know, double check the car, double check, and when you're on public transportation, you know, like just have your kids next to you at all times. So yeah, just those little things.
This is it. I think you just made a brilliant point there. For parents, it's not easy, and especially now, especially with the year that we've had, and
Yeah.
things can get a bit much, but you just have to, like you said, remain aware.
Remain aware. And I think it's just a good habit for anyone. Like I think for us also, like, you know, double checking everything when you get out of a cab. You double check for your items, or the public transport, or more, like anywhere you're sitting, or your car, anywhere. It's like just take a look back to see if you've forgotten something.
I forget things all the phone,
Thankfully,
keys.
we live in Dubai and they return.
They returned. Shout out to Uber. Amy forgot her
Yes.
laptop on one of the evenings in an Uber on the way somewhere, and he returned it the next day.
Very
In
next
what
day.
country does that happen?
Honestly.
Well done, Uber. Guys, that is it for us. We need to leave immediately so we can go and watch Meghan and Harry. Am I right?
Yes. Exactly. Bye.
Guys, have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow morning, same time, same place. Stay safe and wash your hands.
Bye.
Bye.